Hello, everyone. We will be beginning our presentation shortly. Hello, can someone confirm if my voice is loud and clear?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all right. So hello, everyone, and welcome to SRM Team Robocon's orientation for the year 2021-2022. My name is Mark, and I'm going to be your speaker today. And the purpose of this orientation is to give you a glimpse of our club, where I, as well as several of my team members, are going to be talking about a wide array of topics, ranging from what it is we do to the different domains that can be found within the club. So let's begin. So first of all, about us, who are we? So SRM Team Robocon was founded all the way back in 2011. We were one of the very first technical teams to be founded within the campus. So what happened back then was that there was this group of 19 students who had just participated in the Indian Science Congress. And they heard about this competition known as ABU Robocon, and they decided to try their luck with it. But they only had 3 months, and being a rookie team, they weren't able to get very far. But still, their initial enthusiasm set the ball rolling for what will become SRM Team Robocon today. Since then, we have come a very long way. We have participated in the competition almost every year, barring the last one because of the pandemic. And we have achieved impressive results along the way. Several members of our club have gone on to form technical teams of their own. Now, you could say that at the very basis of it, we are a team that builds robots. But I feel that a more apt description of us would be that we are a team that likes being presented with challenges. We are a team that likes being presented with problems. And when presented with these challenges and problems, we look for solutions that are the best and cannot be found anywhere else. So as I told earlier, we engage primarily with ABU Robocon. So what is it? So ABU Robocon is an Asia Pacific robotics contest that is held every year at the college level. It's organized by the Asia Broadcasting Union. That's what the ABU stands for. And it's meant to promote our technical skills. It sees participation from several countries. If I would name a few, I would say China, Japan, Mongolia, even Fiji. And the basic premise of the competition is that each year, the host country releases a problem statement that contains a set of requirements that need to be fulfilled. Our job as the participants is design and build two or more robots that can fulfill the said requirements. Now, as a matter of fact, the competition is held in two phases. The first one is a national level, where it's held in each individual country. And the second one's an international round, where the winning teams of the nationals will get to travel to the host country and compete with one another. Now, in India, the nationals is held by our very own Doordarshan network in collaboration with IIT Delhi. And coincidentally, this year, India happens to be the host nation as well. So we really have that home turf advantage. The problem statement for the competition was released just last week, and it states that we are required to build two robots that will face the enemy team's robots or the competitors' robots in a game of Lagori. Now, due to time constraints, we can't go too much into detail about the problem statement of the competition. But if you are interested, you can type in ABU Robocon 2022 or ABU Robocon India in Google, and you should get the website. So now I'm going to display a short video on the journey that the team has come since its founding years. So now, what is it that we do as a team? Well, as I had said earlier, our primary focus is ABU Robocon, but it's not the only thing that we do. We are a bit more dynamic than that. For example, we do regularly participate in hackathons as well as engage in research projects. And with regards to the hackathons, SRM has a plethora of competitions throughout the year. Now, in each of these cases, be it hackathons or even Robocon, they require a different approach and different lines of thought. And our bots will also have to reflect that. And we realize that by focusing on these aspects, namely planning and prototyping, mechanism design and kinematics, PCB design and circuit design analysis, control system designing and testing, robot algorithms, localization and path planning. Now, what each of these mean and entail will be described further when we discuss the domains in detail. I also do need to mention that as Robocon is primarily a competitive club, our bots are wheeled in nature. We also have a very strong corporate domain who work very hard in marketing, presenting, and ensuring our social outreach. So as you can see, these are our list of domains. We have 4 of them. We have SAMBED for the mechanical part, SIST for electronics, SPACED for coding, and finally the corporate domain. And don't worry, if you join us, you won't need to pronounce that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to invite each domain lead to talk about the domains a bit more in detail and explain exactly what it is they do. So we'll begin with mechanical domain.
Hello everyone. I'm Ravindra Sir. I'm handling mechanical domain in Robocon. I'm right. I'm in my 4th year. So today I'll be talking about, in very short, I'll be talking about what is mechanical domain, what we do, how it works. Let's start. Basically, whenever we get any problem statement, whether it is of Robocon or any real-time project or anything. So for that problem statement, we need it is started with imagination and it will end up to the reality. That after that we'll having the final product. So once we have the problem statement, we'll start the design discussions. We'll try to crack the problem statement, how we can approach, what we can build in physical so that we can achieve that task in a very efficient manner. For example, for Robocon, there is certain time limit or many constraints you can say. So for that, achieving that goal, what we are expected to build so that it can be achieved. So we do the design discussions. It will happen in many iterations. Once the design is finalized, we'll have it in virtual, in the CAD model or in any other virtual format. So before, like after having the CAD model, we'll start the fabrication. Fabrication means in Robocon we'll have a different sub mechanism. Like Robocon problem statement will basically have a big robot, especially 2 robots each year. So for each robots, we'll have to build a number of mechanisms so that it can be finally assembled into a particular sequence to achieve the final task. So we'll after having the design, we'll prototype it. We'll do the fabrication, and in fabrication you can expect us to do I think almost everything we can do in our lab, because we are having so much of inventory, working tools, power tools, starting from hacksaw blade to big boss angle grinder. We also do welding. So with all of that fabrication techniques, we'll have our final robots in the form of prototype. After having that prototype, we'll start testing it. If it is required software testing, then we'll definitely go for the software testing, software analysis. And finally, once the prototype is tested, we'll make sure that it is ready to go for the final robot. So then after the real job is started for the fabrication. So once we have the final robot, we'll hand over to the electronics domain so that they can put the electronics component over it to do the job, and then after it will be handed over to the coding. So uh, uh, that's it from mechanical side. Before concluding, I would like to tell that if you think you are a good imaginer, you can think like, give me some problem statement. I will build something in physical to achieve that. Then yes, this domain is for you. You can join us, and I'm really excited to see new faces this year. Hope to see you all in the recruitment drive. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Animesh and let's talk about electronics domain, that is SIST. So as you can see, we have four subdomains, that is PCB designing, DSB prototyping, sensors actuator assembly, and subsystem testing and manufacturing. I'm not going to go deeper in this. Let's have a brief info about all of these subdomains. PCB designing and analysis. In this, like every robot, or you can say every devices currently needs some PCB interface. PCB is nothing but printed circuit board. So in our task is to make PCBs for the boards and do the analysis of it. Next is DSB prototyping. Before making PCB, we have to ensure that PCB is going to work fine. So what we do is we make DSB. DSB is dot soldering board. In this, you learn how to do soldering and place components, connect all those. If you will check if those components are working fine or not. This is, you can say, debugging process. You will check that if the system is going to work fine or not. The next we have sensors and actuators assembly. As you know, the mechanical guys will make the robot and they will give to us. Then our task is to assemble all those sensors and actuators in a proper way. We'll connect the wires, wire harnessing. Then we will also make sure that we are getting means proper readings from those sensors. Last not least, but we that is subsystem testing and manufacturing. Testing is the most important thing that we have to do. Whenever we make any robot, we have to ensure that that system is working fine. So we have to test that regularly if that is working smoothly, if we are getting all the readings, and if the actuators are working properly. So that is our task. In a whole, as you can just conclude that in electronics domain, you are going to get all the experience, exposure to the electronics components, sensors, actuators, PCB designing, and manufacturing, that sensors and actuator assembly. So I hope those who are having means are in mechatronics department or triple E, any department who are having means experience or want to learn something in electronics, of course they can join us and contribute to the team. I would like to pass on to next domains.
Hello everyone, I'm Ashray Arya. I am the current domain lead for space domain, which is the coding domain. So we in the space domain we work on the software part, and we have four subdomains, which are embedded software development. In this subdomain, we work with different microcontrollers and microprocessors so that these can gel up well with the hardware and perform particular tasks as given in the problem statement. The next subdomain is the raw subdomain. So in this, we work with single board computers and an open source robotics development tool, that is ROS, or Robotics Operating System. This operating system helps us to use complex algorithms very easily. The next subdomain is the web or the app development domain. So here we design, update, and work on the team website. We also work with different projects on the front end and the back end part. The next subdomain is the image processing subdomain. So in this, we track different objects and get their position in space so that the bots can work accordingly and obviously perform the function given in the problem statement. In the space subdomain, you will learn how to work with the team and how to uh, work well with all these hardware stuff. Looking forward to work with you all. Let's move on to the next one.
Hello everyone, this is Gayatri. I'm currently the corporate lead for Robocon. As you know, the technical domains make the robot and prepare it for showing everyone. But the corporate domain is all about integrating all these domains and showing everyone what is Robocon. It's basically the face and voice of our team. We also make after movies for all the events we do. As for the subdomains, we are mainly divided into content writing, graphics designing, PR and social media, video editing, and photography. The content writers write blogs, make documentations for projects, and stuff like that. Anything that is related to content. The photographers are some the people who capture all the movements in the lab while the technical domains are working for the graphics designers and video editors to edit. The graphic designers are the people who make graphics for everything from social media handles to documentations, as sometimes we need to add graphics in the documentations as well about the robots. And the video editors are the people who edit the videos made by the photographers or just combine the images that were took and make shape it for reels for the social media, or if we need to make a documentation for our robots. As for the PR and social media, they are the people who contact the sponsors and collaborators. They write mails to the sponsors to ask them if they want to sponsor us, and the other tech teams if they want to collaborate with us for any event, and they will be the point to contact for our whole team. And in the social media part, they will be the people who will decide what will be posted on the social media and what we can do to increase reach for our team. So basically, the corporate domain is something that is very important for the team to increase its reach and to tell the sponsors what we are doing. So, if you're someone who likes to manage and do corporate work and wants to know more about and learn about it, as well as likes to reach out to new people, then this domain is right for you. I would like to see more people and new faces in the corporate domain so we can all work towards the better future. Thank you.
Just a slight side note, I've seen that someone has put a question in the chat box. We will have a Q&A session at the end. So any questions that anyone has can be asked then. So continuing. So now we are going to have a brief look at some of our ongoing projects, as well as projects that we have completed in the past. So for our ongoing projects, we have the UGV, which is an unmanned ground vehicle. And essentially this, as you can see here, this is the picture right here. This is a bot that is designed to carry items or packages from one point to another within the SRM campus. And the idea is that a person can operate or control it using an app. And so if he needs a certain package to be delivered to a certain location, he can just press a certain button on the app and our bot will do its job. Next, we have Pyro, a sanitizing robot. So Pyro is something an idea that stemmed out of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so the gist of it is that it should sanitize or kill any viruses and germs that may be present in a room by itself autonomously. And it's designed to ease the workload of the workers within the hospital. And of course, then we have finally our Robocon problem statement. I have told earlier that they have already released a problem statement last week. And naturally, we have already begun work. But do note now that since it's only been 1 week, we're still in the ideation phase. Besides these, some of our previous projects were the V2 pneumatic engine. This was a V-shaped engine, which is why it's called the V2, that was designed by seniors, and it's supposed to be run on compressed air. Then we have the single motor differential drive, which is a system or a driver that operates using only one motor. So in conventional robots, you generally tend to have two or more motors, sorry, to achieve motion. So this system allows you to use only one, and this is the picture right here. So right here you can see this is the motor, and this is the drive system right here. We also have an omnidirectional conveyor system. That would be this one right here. And I'm pretty sure that everyone has at least at some point in their life seen the inside of an assembly line or a factory where you have a conveyor belt going from one point to another. And in that, it can only move in one direction. So this allows any object that is on it to move in any direction whatsoever. And that really gives flexibility in its use. And then finally, we have the Demeter, an incubator for agriculture. Now, if you remember, I had mentioned a couple of slides ago that we are a dynamic team. And so this would be a very perfect example of what I meant by that. This is, as you can see, this is a product or a project that we have done that is not involved, that is not on wheels. So if I'm not mistaken, this was for a hackathon. And what we had to do here was we created an incubator that used LED conductive rendering and hydroponics to grow plants in a water-rich environment. And yeah, so here are some of our achievements. I'm just going to read through some of them. So for example, in 2020, our team got 91% in Robocon, and we were among the top 20 teams. Unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the competition was cut short and we weren't able to complete it. In 2018, we came first in the TechMux hackathon, and just now, a few seconds earlier, I mentioned the agriculture incubator, Demeter. This is what this is what the competition was for, and the incubator was created during this. In our teams of 2015 and 2017, secured the highest ever national rank of 13 among 110 teams in Robocon, and we most definitely do intend to improve this number. Besides these accomplishments, we do have several others. We have participated in the Advia Hacks event, the Hardware Project Hackathon, Triple IIT Delhi Innovation Contest, as well as the Tide 2.0 Innovation Contest. Here are some of our sponsors and partners. You may recognize some of them, such as MATLAB and SolidWorks. As our faculty advisor, we have Jocelyn Sir, and I believe he's here with us today. So, sir, I would like to invite you to speak a few words to our potential new recruits.
Yes, Mark, thank you. I'm very happy to hear from all the domain heads. It's my pleasure in welcoming all of you to this orientation program. As you all know, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes. So as you all know, SRM is well known for student-centric, which encourages students in multidisciplinary activities. So we are the one. So Robocon is one of the multidisciplinary team, which was established in the year 2011. So we are here in the presentation. So we have very innovative minds from various disciplines who are very much dedicated in the team activities. We have received many awards and recognitions in national competitions, and we are proud to say that our team has filed 4 Indian patents based on their research and innovations. So even some of our ideas are turned into products. So you would have seen in our presentation, he has explained a lot our past year projects and ongoing projects. So finally, teamwork makes the dream work, said by an eminent writer, John Maxwell. So we too believe in teamwork. So I welcome you to join us. We have a passion towards learning skills and technology. I wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. For our team leads, we have Rabindra, Animesh, Ashray, and Gayatri in their respective domains, and you have already heard from them. So now, the big question, why join Robocon? Well, if you were to approach anyone in any club and ask them, what's the best, I have this idea, in my mind and I want to make it a reality in front of me, what is the best way to do that? I can pretty much guarantee you that one of the things they will list is join a technical team. And as you, as an individual, when you're looking for a team, I believe that you need to look out for three factors to gauge the strength of a team. And these are also factors that I considered when I was looking for a team to join. And these factors are the experience, the resources, and the drive. Does Robocon have the experience? Yes, very much so. Does Robocon have the resources? Yes, we do. We have a very, very big lab and also has a lot of tools and equipment within which we use to build our bots. And we most certainly do have the drive. Besides this, there's also the Robocon name, which can be an extremely distinguishing factor. In whatever part of society you may be in, rephrasing, in whatever aspect of society you consider, whatever may be your goals, it could be maybe you want a good placement, you may want to improve your CV, or you just may want some bragging rights among your friends. That ability to say, I am a member of Team Robocon, I I have taken part in a project, I have contributed to a project in which robots compete with one another. Not a lot of people get to say that. And that's what I meant with whatever aspect of society you consider. That statement alone distinguishes you from everyone else. We are also an extremely proactive team. I've already mentioned the hackathons, but we also do regularly organize workshops. And if you're someone who likes to engage in these, once again, we are the team for you. Our long history has given us a very strong alumni base who do not hesitate to share their experience and knowledge with us. They also reach out to us regularly, asking, hey, is everything all right? Do you need help? Any suggestions? And so that's also a very good bonus point to have behind us. And if not for all of these, then join us to win, because Robocon is a very extremely competitive environment. And as such, we as a team need to be extremely competitive as well. We need to be hard. We need to be extremely hardworking. It requires a lot of dedication. And if you're a person who likes to come out on top, we most definitely want someone like you. Uh, we don't really expect Einsteins. We don't want to expect you to come and explain the quantum theory of everything to us, but we just want hard workers. And if you consider yourself to be one, then please do apply.
If you touch me, then I'll be one with you. Like who was you? What parlez-vous? Knuckles up. Be so what, boy? Fill your cup. Choose wise.
So we are going to be beginning our recruitment process very soon, within the week. The recruitment forms will be rolled out on the 10th of October. That's tomorrow. And for any updates or even information with regards to this, please do refer to our social media handles. Do reach out to us as well. You can do that. It will be greatly appreciated. Now, before we move on to the Q&A session, we have actually an alumni member here with us today, a former member of Team Robocon who's since graduated. And I would like to invite him to speak with us.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
Paya.
we are.
Thank you. So, once again, good evening, everyone. My name is Satyapal, and I have been a member of Team Robocon for 3 years. And since I joined Robocon in my second year and work through all the years, that is till fourth year, and I was a part of Team Sambed. One of the best part of Robocon is that you can open-mindedly share your ideas, and obviously you can get the platform to actually make it into reality. Based on my experience, I would like to say that these 3 years were one of the best part of my life, and it really helped me to upgrade my skill and also my resume. So at last, for working consistently for 2 to 3 years, it almost became like a family, and all the members are like my brothers and sisters. And currently, I am working in Honda R&D, and I think Robocon played a very crucial part to get me where I am now. So I am always thankful for Team Robocon from my side, and I'm always ready for any help required for the juniors. And I can guarantee one thing, that you will enjoy the time you spend in the lab, because it is fascinating, really fascinating. So that's all from my side, and all the best to all of you. Take care.
Thank you, Baya. So now we will be opening the floor to Q&A sessions. And to begin it off, I think we should begin with the question that was asked earlier in the chat. Which domain would be the best for mechatronics with specialization in robotics? So as a matter of fact, I'm actually, part of that stream, I'm a mechatronics student with specialization in robotics, and I'm in the SIST domain. But that being said, there's no restriction on which domain you can or cannot join. You are more than welcome to join any domain you so desire. And especially as mechatronics, it's extremely flexible stream. So I don't really think there's any limitation. It's really up to you, your interest. I chose SIS because I had an interest in it. It's just as simple as that. You guys can also unmute yourselves and ask, but one at a time.
Okay, sir. Can I ask first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, sir. I am Prakhar Aditya from Mechatronics in specialization with robotics. I wanted to ask, as I am in the first year, how can I pitch my idea to the seniors? Like I have 3 to 4 ideas of robots that can be made.
You can approach us and just pitch it. There's no formal process, so to say.
Okay,
The flow of ideas within our club is extremely flexible, right? There's no form you need to fill, so to say, right?
okay,
And if you join us and participate in our meets, one of the things that you will regularly use, does anyone have any new ideas, anything you're working on, right? And
yes.
that time you're more than welcome to share those ideas that you have.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let me answer that. Can we join in one and more than in one domain? Okay. So the thing is, you can join, not exactly join. You can also contribute to every domain. But the thing is, you have to stick with one domain first. You have to finish your job, then you can work with other members of your team. Yes, of course, anyone can do that. But the thing is, you have to stick with one domain. You have to complete your work, then you can explore other domains. I think I'm clear about that.
Can I add on to that? So I think it's safe to say that as members of Robocon, your interests are not fixed to any one particular subject. It could be that you have interests in different domains. So officially, when you're doing your work, you are only limited to one domain. But that being said, you're more than allowed to interact with the team members from other domains. Ask them you can even seek their advice. Ask them, okay, I have an interest in this. How do I do it? How do I go about it? They will more than be willing to help you. But yeah, officially, because as I said earlier, Robocon is a very intensive club. So your work will be limited to your domain.
I would like to add one point. Like in every domain, we are having a particular workload, which is very specific to that particular domain. So the team will expect you that type of workload if you are in a particular domain. So complete it as soon as possible. And if you want, you are really welcome in other domains. If you knows, like if you want to explore or if you want to learn, you can sit with any seniors, juniors, no matter. Here, everyone is equal. And you can learn from them. You can teach them. It's very like normal. I hope it is clear, right? Ram Bharat. Okay. Move on to the next question.
See, Kriti, the thing is, you are from CSC and you applied for other team. That's fine. It doesn't mean that you cannot apply for a second team. But the thing is, you are the one who have to select between this team and our team, or wherever you are applying. See, the thing is with the tech teams, you can contribute to one team at a time because there will be so much of workload. You cannot uh, handle your academics if you are contributing to two or more teams. So it's better for you and for the team also that you contribute to any one of the team. And about that, which is better for you, that actually depends on yourself. As you are in CEC, you should be having some of your goals. The you should consider in both the teams there will be a coding domain, but you have to select whether that team deals with robotics, yes or not. If you like robotics, then you can go with them also or us also. If if you like to work with specific type of robots, then you have to select from the teams. So that actually depends on your choice where you want to go. And frankly saying, every team is better. Okay, the thing is, you have to select which team is better for you.
Animesh, I believe there's also an exception for corporate, right? And if
Yeah, about corporate, that actually depends on them how they can handle. That's what I'm saying. The thing is, you have to contribute and complete the work that is assigned to you, and you have to take the responsibility and do the rightful. This that work should be completed, and of course, we will train you by domain. Means each domain we will train you, and you have to do the work after that. That's what I said just now. That we are going to train you. After that, you are going to contribute to the team. Okay, there will be so many rounds. Uh, talk about the recruitment drive. We will have after filling the form, we will have an exam, recruitment exam. For the technical teams, except corporate, the corporate they are having some different procedure to measure you. So electronics, coding, and mechanical, for those there will be examination, and after that interview. Then also you are not selected fully. You are selected for the training session. Then we will give you the training. We will take reviews from you. How we will check how you are performing in the training session, and after that you will be the part of core member. Okay, so you have so much of opportunity to learn. It's not like that if you are not having any experience or knowledge about that domain, you can still join. You can learn from us, and you can present your work or your knowledge to us. Next question,
stipend,
that was, if we get into the club, my friends were saying stipend will be provided. uh I think some other guy should answer this question. That's actually a rumor. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a rumor. I think the lab is open for learning, contributing. It's academic process. You are not doing any job. You are not like creating any product. So it's more than money. Okay. So I don't think he might have joked with you. Take it easy.
just to add on, this is not just for Robocon, but for pretty much any team out there. Teams don't, at least as far as I'm aware of, teams don't pay. This is an academic institution, so it's meant for learning.
Yeah, but like not only means you must not think about stipend as of now. But if you want to come up with some innovative idea, like if you want to go for any startup or you want to become entrepreneur, like surely we have some societies in SRM which will motivate you and fund for you the same. And SRM team Robocon always welcomes such idea, and we have many alumni from SRM team Robocon who have started their own business in the future.
If you're concerned with funding for a certain idea or project, we will help you out with that. We will point you to the right direction. The SRM offers a lot of means with which you can achieve that. So for funding, don't worry about that. But there are no stipends.
I would like to add actually what Nikit, right? Sorry, Kriti. Who have asked it a stipend question?
Kriti.
Okay, so see, getting stipend is different thing, and getting funding is different thing. If you are really, if you are having any project idea uh, which is like, which is having potential to bring it in the form of product, so definitely we can go for any incubating centers. In SRM itself, we are having SIC, which every year fund for the project, student projects, and it has a like enough amount, which is more than enough actually for you to complete that project. And there are so many things which you can bring it for the sponsorships. You can apply it for it. Not even SRM, away from the SRM also you can approach. So that is different thing. And within the team, you won't get any stipend. You will get more than a stipend. I can say that is knowledge and experience.
We are very dynamic team. We do work in different fields. If you have any ideas or projects, you could contact us. We would be help you out in the best way possible. So you could contact us. We are in Bell Lab in fifth floor. You could contact us, and you could get make your idea come to a product or anything.
One last thing. Let's say for this funding, we are having that two projects. You might have seen in the PPT, UGB and Pyro. These two projects are funded by SIC. So in that way, you can approach for the funding. If you have really fascinating and innovative idea, then you can apply it in the SIC. And we are having that project which is funded by SIC, and we are working on it. I hope it is clear, right?
Yeah. By the way, Ashwat, as you answered that one, correct. But I want to like add few more thing about that. Prerequisite knowledge, nothing but whatever you learned class 12th till class 12th, and some basics of electronics. Let's say as I am I'm handling the electronics domain. Just as an example, electronics. So you should know what are the basics. Very few basics you should know. Uh, that we will ask in the exam. Okay, very basic questions. Similarly, for other domain coding, they will ask you of small algorithms to write. It can be just errors finding and all. Not exactly the error finding. Just I'm saying algorithms they will ask. I'm not giving you the exact example what we are going to ask, but yeah, that will be pretty much basic. Similarly, for mechanical domain, whatever you learned in your class 11th and 12th, you have to apply those theories, and you have to give the answers. Okay.
Adding on what Anvesh is saying, the initial rounds, we will test to see if you have the basic intuition of the domain. So don't worry about any advanced level stuff. We're not going to ask that. It's just basic intuition level questions. I hope that answers your question. Now, I think Rishit.
I would also like to add on for corporate. So, like as I mentioned, the subdomains. If you are applying for graphics designing, we will require that you have basic idea about graphics designing. Like you can make something using the graphics. Additional training will be given by someone who is already in the team. And for content, some blog you have already written. We will teach you how to write proper content, but you should general have a general idea of how a blog is written, like something you have done before. As for PR and all, we will teach you how to mail the official mails. And for photography, some photos you have already like taken. And for video editing, some video you have already edited. We will help you brush up, but you should have the basic knowledge of how that is done. I hope that answers for the corporate domain.
Rishit had also asked a question with regards to he's in CSE, which domain will be best. Now, if I'm just taking at face value your question, you're saying you're in CSE, then I would say spaced domain would be the best, just based off your stream. But once again, it all comes down to your interests. We have had members before who were in SRM, their classes were involved in one stream, but they were practicing something else in Robocon. So there's no limit as such or restraint as such to what you cannot apply to. It's all up to you. It's your interest. Animesh, you want to handle Ajay's recent question?
Yeah, about that, yes, you can give the examination in two domains, in or else actually yes, two domains, maximum two domains. You can give the examination. You can sit for the interviews also. If you are selected, then you have to, like, suppose you're selected in both domains, you have to select any one of the domain. Okay, am I clear about that? Because the training will go on in parallel, right? So you cannot means learn from each domain, from both the domains at a time. That's why you have to select between two of the domains. Anyone you have to select. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah, like it's not a question, but I just want to make something clear for myself. So now, for example, I want to join the mechanical department domain, but I want to learn from the electrical domain also. So after I complete my hours of my duties in the mechanical department, can I go learn with the team in the electronics domain? Can I do that?
Of course you can do that.
Yes, obviously. Once
That's
you
the
are
thing I said.
completely.
That's the thing I said. Whatever task or whatever work you are given, you have to finish that first. Then you can use your rest of the time exploring the other domains, working with them, and in the training phase also we are having multidisciplinary tasks. So you are also going to work with each of the domain members, means, and they will tell you how they do that. You will also tell them how to do the mechanical work. I think I'm clear about that.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, then Animesh.
Okay, cool. Just roll out the feedback form. We want to hear from you. How was the
Yes, we,
session?
we have a feedback form. We appreciate if you fill it out. It's very brief, just asking about the presentation orientation as such. Rishit has asked another question. Will Ashley answer that?
Yeah, I have answered it. So, Rishit, you do not need a lot of knowledge for this domain, but you should know just the basic algorithms and like mostly logic building questions will be asked in the recruitment exam and also the interview. And next, we'll give you a training so you can help us better. That's it.
So yeah, once again, reminding everyone, any information with regards to the dates and timings of the recruitment tests will be conveyed via social media handles. So do regularly check them out. And if any changes also occur, that will be the medium to which you have to refer to.
For further updates, you can follow in our social media handles, and we are soon going to release the recruitment form poster. And I hope you will join.
So yeah, I believe my team members have put the links in the chat. So refer to those areas when looking for what Anish just said.
Anyways, you can put that link in YouTube also.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, if no one has any more questions, no one? All right, then we can end this.
Yes, sir, we can conclude.
All right, so once again, thank you for joining us. We really hope that a lot of you who have attended this orientation today, we've piqued your interest and you'll apply. Do apply. If you've never done anything like this, also it'd be a very good experience. No harm in trying, right? But anyways, thank you for joining us, and we hope we'll see you soon. Thank you.